Good morning, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Yeah, Scott Mutilainen, 2.
I do apologize if I mispronounced your name. That was not my intention.
No, that's all right.
We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of 1 count of aggravated assault domestic violence, impeding breathing, which is a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on November 1st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on November 5th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I will issue a secured bond today in the amount of $15,000. That does mean you can use a bonding company. If you do post bond, I am ordering that pretrial services supervises you in the community and that they install an electronic monitor on you prior to your release. As a part of your release, if you do post that bond, I am ordering that you not return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any victims, complainants, or witnesses, no possessing any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. I'm also ordering that you may not reside at the same location as the listed victim in this case, nor go to the alleged victim's residence, even if you are the owner or renter of that residence. If you do share a common residence with any victim, you must find an alternative place to stay and bring proof to your next court date. I will allow 1 civil standby with local law enforcement. If you do need to obtain any personal belongings, contact local law enforcement. They'll escort you to the home to get your belongings, and then you'll leave. Finally, I'm ordering that you may not initiate any contact with any alleged victim for any reason, whether direct or indirect contact, such as through third parties or social media, nor respond to any contact from any listed victim. All this will be in your release paperwork. Do you have any questions?
So I'm going to have to wear an electronic monitor?
If you post bond, yes, I'm ordering an electronic monitor to be installed.
Okay. And then that's $15,000. Is that, so I have to pay a full $15,000?
So that's a secured bond. If you go through a bonding company, they normally require about 10% plus collateral, so that would be about $1,500 to pay the bonding company.
Gotcha.
And you'll have access to the bonding company's contact information when you get back to processing.
Okay. All right.
Any other questions?
Nope.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork there and take a seat. Angelique Aguilar to the podium, and Matthew Wildcat to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Angelique Aguilar, 14.
We are here today on 2 probation violation warrants for failing to appear in your probation violation case. I will affirm the attorney that was already appointed to represent you in that matter. I'm setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on November 4th at 8:30. That'll be in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond in each warrant. It's a $250 bond on the first case and a $500 bond on the second case. So $750 total. That does mean you can use a bonding company. If you do post bond, I'm ordering that you not have contact with the arresting officers, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. The general number for probation will be on your paperwork.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, go ahead and grab that to your left and take a seat.
Thank you.
Matthew Wildcat to the podium, and Samantha James to the chair, please. Good morning, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Matthew Wildcat.
We are here today on a failure to appear bench warrant on a case involving 2 counts of aggravated DUI, both Class 4 felonies. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in this case. I'm setting a status conference on November 1st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on November 5th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $500. That does mean you can use a bonding company or pay that yourself. If you do post bond, I'm ordering that you not have contact with the arresting officers, no possessing any drugs without a valid prescription, no possessing or consuming any alcohol, and no driving without a valid driver's license. At least based on the allegations, it's possible that your license has been suspended, so double check with the DMV before you get behind the wheel of the vehicle. Any questions? Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Samantha James to the podium, and Gustavo Luisatanu to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Samantha James, 07.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on November 1st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on November 5th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $250. You can use a bonding company or pay that yourself. If you do post bond, I'm ordering that you not have contact with the arresting officers, no possessing any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. You must contact probation within 24 hours of release because you were on intensive probation. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, all that'll be in your paperwork. Go ahead and grab that too.
I'm moving the court dates.
So it's on November 1st and then November 5th.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. Gustavo Luisatanu to the podium, and Destiny Costanzo to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Gustavo Lozanon.
I do apologize if I mispronounced your name. I'm pretty sure I messed
No
that up,
worries.
so I apologize. We are here today on a municipal court new case out of the Buckeye Municipal Court. You were arrested on allegations of 1 count of assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and 2 counts of disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanors. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting an arraignment hearing in the Buckeye Municipal Court on November 12th at 8:30 a.m. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise that you'll appear for the next court date, but there are other release conditions you must abide by. I am ordering that you not return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with the alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no possessing any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. I'm also ordering that you may not initiate any contact with the alleged victim for any reason, whether that be direct or indirect contact, such as through third parties or social media, nor respond to any contact from any listed victim. All of this will be in your release paperwork. Do you have any questions?
As far as being able to grab stuff from the home,
Do you currently reside with the listed victim?
I do.
Okay, give me 1 second here. I will add language in here that you can have what's called one civil standby. That'll allow you to contact the non-emergency number of local law enforcement. They'll escort you to the home to get those belongings, and then you'll leave. So that'll be listed in your release conditions as well. I'll get that added in here. We'll have to reprint that for you. So go ahead and take a seat unless you have any other questions.
No, thank you.
Okay, go ahead and take a seat. They'll bring it to you in just a second, okay?
Thank you.
And that's good print. Destiny Costanzo to the podium and Gerardo Duarte to the chair, please.
Good morning, Your
Good
Honor.
morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Destiny Costanzo, April.
Thank you. We are.
Before we begin, I just want to let you know that it says I have a failure to appear, but I have been appearing to my court dates. I have been on
Let me
April
go through
monitor.
everything, and I think it might answer some of your questions. Okay?
Okay.
So we're here today on a Superior Court grand jury warrant. A grand jury charged you with 1 count of dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, 1 count of narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony.
Right.
Give me 1
I
second.
have been appearing for court. I have 3 cases that I have been appearing for court every single month for the last, every month.
And I do see that. You do have another open felony case. So this is a new case. We have a warrant in front of us today on this grand jury matter. The grand jury matter, they are charging you with new charges. This has nothing to do with your current case that arose out of September of 2023.
Yeah.
And that's for possession of dangerous drugs, possession or use of narcotic drugs, and possession of drug.
And I have been appearing for, there's 3 cases that I have been appearing for court for.
So these are different allegations. So you were indicted on new allegations.
Yeah, I understand the indictment, but I have been already, like, I have
I understand.
the third case that I had appointed an attorney, that I had a private attorney.
Okay.
And he was taking on all 3 of these cases. I did have 3 cases. That was the third case.
And so that's where I think we're having a misunderstanding. This is a completely new case.
So I have
So you
4
have
cases?
you have open cases already. This is a completely new case in which the grand jury indicted you on new charges, and that warrant was issued in April of 2024.
April of 2024. I was never arrested on April 2024.
No, it was from allegations in September of 2023, but you were indicted in April of 2024.
Right, and I understand that, but I have been, like I said, I've been appearing for court for this stuff. And I know that, I already know I had those charges, and I've been appearing for court. That's what I was on the ankle monitor was for this charge.
No, that's a separate case.
No, that was for this in September.
Well, as of today, I'm looking at your docket. This is a completely separate case, completely separate warrant. So I am appointing you an attorney to represent you in this case. Give me 1 second here, and let me take a look at a few things.
It doesn't make sense, because I know I was charged with this stuff in September, and I had a bond hearing for it, and I've been appearing for court, and I don't understand. I've been going to court every single month, and they haven't said anything to me about this warrant that I've had. It just doesn't make any sense. And now all of a sudden I know I've been going to court for this. I know that. And then the prosecutor is going to make I've been dealing with this for a while. I'm sorry. It just doesn't make sense to me, because I already knew about this. This is nothing new to me. I was on an ankle monitor and everything. You know, an ankle monitor officer, she was helping me with it. I see her twice a month.
Okay, let me look at a few things here. I
No problem.
understand you probably have a lot to say, but let me look at the docket.
I'm sorry, okay.
You're fine.
And I have been appearing for every single one of those court
I
dates.
understand. So what I'm looking at, you have 3 current open cases, and then you have this case. One of your cases is from 2023, that's a burglary allegation.
Yeah,
The other case that you have was filed in March of 2023,
right,
and that is on possession of dangerous drugs, possession or use of dangerous drugs,
correct,
and possession of narcotic drugs.
yes,
That's from an incident that arose out of September of 2022. Your third case
in September.
is a case that was filed in September of 2023,
Correct,
and that is on possession or use of dangerous drugs and possession of drug paraphernalia.
yes,
This case, it does appear that it is from the same date, but it is different charges. So the one that you're in front of us here is the grand jury case for dangerous drug possession, narcotic drug possession, and drug paraphernalia.
right,
So similar charges, but they are different charges.
and I do
So
know
I
about
understand
that.
your confusion. I don't know why you haven't been seen on these allegations yet.
I have
Because
been,
this
though.
issue, you haven't. Because this issue has been pending for quite a while. Like I said, the grand jury did sign the warrant back in April. So I am unsure why this wasn't
I've been
caught
going,
by the court prior to today. But it is a valid warrant. It does appear that it is different charges. So we are going to proceed forward on this today.
I've been
Because
going
it is not
to court.
duplicate charges from what I am seeing. So
uh,
I am appointing you an attorney to represent you in this case. It should be the same attorney that was already appointed to represent you on the other matters. I am going to set an arraignment hearing on November 5th at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court. Because you were on felony release when these allegations were allegedly committed, I do by law have to hold you non-bondable on this. So I am setting an evidentiary hearing on November 4th at 1:30 p.m. in the downtown Superior Court. So I am going to hold you non-bondable. All of this will be in your release paperwork. Do you have any questions about my release orders today?
so what about the bond that I'm already on right now? I'm already on bond.
So you may have posted bond on your other cases.
That was
but
for
on
that
this
case.
It's this, like I said multiple times, these are different allegations. Do you have any questions on this case?
I don't understand why wouldn't they say anything to me when I was going to court all this
I
time?
wish I had an answer. I don't know what to tell you about that.
I've been appearing for court. It's not like I
warrant.
failed to appear. I've been
I
appearing.
understand what you're saying, and I understand your frustration. This is an active warrant that was issued in April. I don't know why no one in the court case, the prosecutor, your defense attorney, or the judge wasn't aware of this while you have been appearing. I do know there have been multiple hearings on your other case while this warrant was active. I don't know why that is the case. I don't have any information into the grand jury indictment because that process is sealed in nature. So even I don't have access to what was actually presented to the grand jury. I just have access to the warrant that was issued out of that proceeding. I would highly suggest speaking with the attorney that I'm appointing to represent you on that.
I have an attorney
Your
that's on my case
your attorney,
already.
It should be the same attorney.
What's his name? What is the name of the?
So I'm appointing the Office of Public Defense Services. That was the office that was previously appointed to represent you on your case. I don't know the name of the attorney, but it should be the same attorney.
Because I have a private
Public
attorney that
Defense
was appointed to my case, yeah, all of my cases, and he was appointed to me.
So if he's appointed to you, it's not a privately retained attorney.
Well, it was like a pro bono case or something.
So
He is
that's
a
the
private
office-
attorney, but they
That's
give,
the Office of Public Defense Services. They contract attorneys out, and that's who's appointed to you.
I
It should
just
be
can't
the same
remember his
attorney.
name, it's crazy,
Who is
it's so crazy.
Zachary Murphy.
Yes,
It should be the same attorney.
okay.
Okay? Go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat.
I mean, I'm in school, what am I supposed to do? I go to college, I have a job interview, like,
Go ahead and grab your paperwork and take a seat. Gerardo Duarte to the podium. Good morning, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Gerardo Duarte,
We are here today on a Justice Court warrant out of the University Lakes Justice Court. It's on a case involving DUI, Class 1 misdemeanor, DUI with drug metabolite, Class 1 misdemeanor, and then reckless driving, Class 2 misdemeanor. I do believe it is a post-adjudication failure to pay warrant on that case. Because of that, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel, but you can hire an attorney to represent you at your own expense. I am setting an arraignment hearing on November 12th at 1:30 p.m. in the University Lakes Justice Court. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. I would advise contacting that courthouse. A lot of the times they can get you on some sort of payment arrangement. That's likely what happened on this one.
Yeah.
So contact them even before the next court date, but especially go to that next court date. As a part of your next court date or part of your release conditions, I apologize, you are not to initiate contact with any of the arresting officers, not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All this will be in your release paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, go ahead and grab your
Thank
paperwork to your left and take a seat.